Where to today? Certainly have a lot of places to go to. A lot of proper missions would allow us to go here too. Ah, okay. Quartermastery. Recover the flux sensor at Greater Mass Blood Colony. Where's this? Well, Fort Hagen side. Why not? We probably should meet up with the, I suppose, the commander of the Brotherhood. See why they're here. And this would be work toward that, I suppose. Every issue of Total Hack you collect adds new unique functionality to certain terminals, like the ability to control fucking turrets. Game is just haunting me. We're level 20, 21, and no sign of that.
I don't think we're alone. Oh, damn!
Stop saying stupid shit. Get out.
Your funeral. Anyone you walk away from. Suppose someone should make use of it.
Where's the light coming from?
Ugh, what the hell aroma is that?
Sweet.
Bloodbug meat. Bone cutter. There's probably more of these insects here. Exam room terminal. Ooh. Yikes. Fuck. could be this. Hmm.
Nice.
Blood test protocol. Greater. Oh, okay. Reassure patients of confidentiality. Draw blood per test order. Dismiss patient. Forward blood to the analysis lab on the second floor. If no aids are available, clearly mark incoming samples and deposit them in one of the lab refrigerators. Password KJT540. Gloves. Martine. Okay. Routine blood work. Anything interesting? High diabetic risk, recommended weight loss, dietary improvement, exercise. Per standing order, reported the CEO's health as excellent. Ah, of course. Basically a fat sack of crap, but because of high position, health recorded as excellent. Right. Start. Vitamin D deficiency, blood pressure consistent with high stress technical work. Recommend R&R. Result reported to the HR command for evaluation. Thomas Ethan. Negative. Patient likely suffering from flu. Recommend best rest fluids. Recheck in 2 days if fever unchanged. Instruct aides to sanitize teddy bear. Lopez Caesar, private. Standard STD, result negative. Martine Alexis. PCR analysis closely matched patient 2498, 90%. Patient reassured of confidentiality. Note, result reported to CEO per standing order. Yeah. Reassured of confidentiality and still reported forward. Kyle, I've stashed the chems in the blood storage room in the basement. They're in a cooler in the second fridge, third row, bottom shelf. The contact expects them tonight. Don't be late. Wipe this message. Cooler in the second fridge, third row, bottom shelf. Sure we'll find it. Valentine likes. Clinic key. More insects maybe.
What's that? I guess it's safe for now. Blood bug!
Legendary
somewhere.
festering bloodfly.
House.
Ah. Legendary always drops some kind of loot. Where's the corpse?
We're sucking down a lot of rats sticking around here.
It's some kind of a hunting rifle. Enraging hunting rifle. Critical hits cause target to frenzy. Not really useful for us, I suppose. If you're going to have a... well, if it has normal upgrade options, might as well use that. You have nothing to lose. Game
I
crash.
think we ought to talk.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, and I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
So, who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. First person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Redo, redo, redo. Probably should save more often.
Yeah, so long as you're carrying it.
Well, we didn't frankly achieve all that much, so I'm not too worried. Still, it's a decent amount of fighting that just went down the drain. I won't go through that. Fuck. Bees.
My arm!
Yeah, good throwing there. Where the fuck is the worst of them?
We're in for it now. That's one way to get that cool one pumping.
Yeah, no legendary blood fly this time. Well, I didn't get anything I really wanted anyway, so it's not a huge loss. What do we learn from this? Every time we get something like that, and if it's anything good, just fucking save the game right then and there. Coming from upstairs, I guess. And sort of spot me a little bit. That's why it's constantly aggressive. Whatever it is. Platonic key. Short cylinder rifle. That's the tech we came here for.
Blood bug paradise.
Stash.
Nice.
So mission accomplished. Wonder if there's some kind of a practical benefit in returning all these. I mean, getting all this technology. We got some implants too. Can I install them in myself? Not sure I want to, but
You building a collection or something?
still like to know if it's any use.
I think they're gonna have to forfeit their deposit.
So basically a lot of drugs, that's what this place had. And a huge amount of blood. Not sure if we have any real use for the blood, but if we ever need blood, I suppose we can thank this location for having us so much. Okay, definitely something upstairs can spot us. Are you a fly or are you a mosquito? Both. Yeah, looks like that was it. Blood-like glands. Well, well, well. More blood. Less more cartridges. Nothing particularly interesting to be there. And more drugs. Massachusetts Surgical Journal.
Hell yeah.
Permanent inflicts plus 2% extra limb damage. What site would give a likely probability for hacking magazines? Okay. Your blood analysis software license has expired. Review standing orders. All results from General Martin to be coded as normal or excellent. All abnormal results from behaved personnel to be badged to HR command for evaluation. All results from Mrs. Martin's blood work to be forwarded to General at his request. So yeah. Your software license expired 2,512 months ago. Please contact your technology or procurement supervisor for assistance. That's it. Few blood box parts. Capstash. Psycho. Okay, nothing too amazing here. Just report our success. Relay tower, satellite array. Relay tower or satellite arrays, I suppose, could be potential sites for hacking. We still need to go and drop away some equipment, but we could also meet up with the Brotherhood representative to see what's going on. I'm sure there's gonna be conflicts of interest, so, but us being alone here with no real affiliations everywhere, it's also a bit risky. I'm sure you'll survive, it's not that kind of a problem. There could also be other organizations for you to join. I'm not sure if joining a Brotherhood would in any way be a real block to joining others. And how would they even know? Paladin Dens.
Good, you're back. Hope that means you recovered the tech.
Here it is.
Good work. Here, you earned it. The Commonwealth won't be running out of tech anytime soon. Once you're ready, come find me.
What do I have to do?
Retrieve a piece of tech from a given location, while eliminating any opposition.
I'll ask for another, but this seems like another mission like you can just keep repeating it. But there might be a limit to how many times you can do this.
Affirmative.
Alright, here's the area. Be careful.
Reflex capacitor. It seems like there's no mention again in any of the talk about any of these locations. So there's a reasonable possibility at least that they're basically meaningless.
Paladin Dance.
Are you ready to head up to the ship?
Why did the Brotherhood send it here in the first place?
I'm not sure, but I think it might have something to do with the data on the Commonwealth my team gathered before it arrived. We call our ship the Prydwen. She's loaded with enough troops and supplies to mount a major offensive. If she's here, Elder Maxon's here. And that means we're going to war.
Who's Elder Maxon?
Maxon? Man's a lunatic.
Maxon is the commander of this division of the Brotherhood of Steel. He's the model of what every Brotherhood soldier hopes to become. If we're going to war, I can promise you that he'll be leading the charge. That being said, you're about to get to know the Prydwen up close and personal. I've received orders that we're both to report to her immediately. Follow me up to the roof of the police station. We're going for a little ride.
Birdie
Can't
birdie.
wait to see what you bring back. The location sounded very promising.
Maybe they have a hacking magazine. Someone has to have one. It's a huge delay between the people who can, between the times someone can go through a doorway. I wonder if it's to prevent some problems with the NPC behavior, AI.
Flying around in a 200-year-old aircraft? What could go wrong?
That minigun in front of you is loaded and ready to fire. If you spot anything hostile during the flight, I suggest you put it to good use. Make sure you properly identify your targets before you start shooting. We don't want to have any mishaps and fire on the locals.
I like it that there's constant small arms fire on the Birdie Bird. Probably fairly harmless, but
The Commonwealth looks different from up here, doesn't it? It never ceases to amaze me how drastically your perception of the battlefield changes from the air. We're gonna need that edge when we take on the Institute. They've already proven that they're technologically superior, which means there's no telling what types of weapons they'll have in their arsenal. Hopefully, our air superiority and tactical know-how will make the difference. Now all we have to do is find them. And I'm betting that Elder Maxon will have a plan already in place by the time we arrive.
could have done this in a better weather and during daytime.
Down there believed in our cause, but they've been blinded by rumors and misinformation. They don't realize that the Brotherhood of Steel is the Commonwealth's last hope for survival. Every man, woman, and child below is in mortal danger. If we fail, it's only a matter of time before the enemy overwhelms the population. Cleansing the Commonwealth is our duty, and I will gladly spill my own blood if it ensures our victory.
Yeah, this can go wrong in a lot of
On
ways.
final approach to the airport. The Prydwen should be coming into view just ahead. We'll be meeting Lancer Captain Kells on the flight deck. Just stick close to me and answer all of his questions.
I guess we have a map location on the other side of the map now, so that's positive. Yeah. I'm sort of inclined to go back to the radiation area we found, because there was another of these aircraft markers there and I never explored it. So I wonder what it is. I'm quite confident there aren't two large aircraft crashed there. Maybe the other one is a UFO. Maybe it's something completely different.
There she is. It's been far too long since I've been aboard. All right, soldier. This is the moment when everything changes. I hope you're ready.
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signs are an eyesore, but they sure bring in the business.
Yo, just flew right through.
Permission to come aboard, sir?
Permission granted. And welcome back, Paladin. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on a successful mission. And is this our new recruit?
Yes, sir. I field promoted her to Initiate, and I'd like to sponsor her entry into our rankings personally.
Yes, we've read your reports. You'll be pleased to know that Elder Maxon's approved your request and placed the recruit in your charge.
Thank you, sir. And my current orders?
You are to remain on the Prison and await further instructions.
Very good, sir. Ad Victoriam, Captain.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Don't get any ideas, Sid.
From you folks, wouldn't know where to look.
So, you're the one Paladin Danse has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
Then what's a soldier supposed to look like?
A soldier is supposed to be an efficient killing machine. Not a relic from the past, playing catch-up with the rest of the world. If Danse hadn't stepped in and vouched for you, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Accepting outsiders like yourself has proven disastrous in the past. I've read Paladin Dance's reports. He seems to think you'll make a fine addition to the Brotherhood. You might expect an endorsement like that to grant you a great deal of latitude with us. But let me make one thing clear. The Brotherhood of Steel has traveled to the Commonwealth with a specific goal in mind. As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone to jeopardize our mission, no matter how valuable they think they are. Understood?
Absolutely.
Good. That's all for now, soldier. Your orders are to proceed to the command deck for the address. After which, Elder Maxon wishes to have a word with you. If you have any questions, ask me now. Otherwise, you're dismissed.
Can you tell me anything about Elder Maxon?
Elder Maxon is the Supreme Commander of the Brotherhood. Without his tenacity and his vision, we'd still be a small group of complacent stragglers, occupying the Citadel in the capital wasteland. In a mere decade, he's grown the Brotherhood of Steel into a major military force. He's an inspiration to us all. Is there anything else?
I don't have any questions.
Then I suggest you head over to the command deck immediately. Dismissed, Initiate.
We'll take a look around later.
Talk to you right now. Maxon is preparing to address the crew.
Welcome aboard.
We can loot everything, but probably shouldn't.
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose. And beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth. A robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Don't let Ingram catch you standing around. You'll be on report before you can blink.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
care about them? I thought we were preparing for war.
The Brotherhood is here to prevent a war by starting one of our own. The difference is, our war won't reduce civilization to ashes.
What do you want from me?
I want you to start taking responsibility for this planet. To start making a difference. And from what I've read in Paladin Dance's reports, you've already begun that journey. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight. And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
I'll do my best to live up to it.
I'm certain that you will. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Prydwen and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Prydwen, soldier. Make us proud.
Use the workshop. Right. You're not bother him anymore.
Superstructure integrity green. Hull plating stable.
Engine turbines at 87% efficiency.
So I'll want to know the crew a little bit, maybe see if we can get something interesting. I don't want to steal their medicines. I have no need for it.
Proximity sensors green. Getting a 3-second ping back.
But if they have something that I don't have, that is very interesting, that's a different matter. Subway
Trying to
tokens.
minimize reactor jitter, adjusting compression rate.
Prydwen's foredeck, right.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion coolant feed systems reporting green.
Lone Dirt pink dress.
Hey there.
I believe you're needed elsewhere right now. We can talk later. I believe you're needed elsewhere right now.
Lantern
talk later.
Knights.
Pinging remote units at 30-second intervals as requested.
Unless you're hounding for a green suntan, I suggest we get a move on.
Okay, nothing of interest. Full metal boxes. Ecoro sack. Gotta have an Ecoro sack. Oh, so what exactly do they want me to do? I need to go higher up.
Adjusting internal ballonet pressure.
Main.
Green.
I need to go back where I came from, but I'd like to take a proper look at the ship. In the future, I need to go some specific place. I actually know where I'm going.
Nothing new.
Good. Carry on, Knight. Congratulations on the promotion, Knight.
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
Why wouldn't it be alive? I'll take all the ammunition I can find. Captain Kell's terminal. Elder Maxon to Lancer Captain Kells. Captain, I need you to prepare the Prydwen for departure. Archivist Knox has completed the analysis of the energy readings we received from Paladin Dance's recon team and has concluded that they're being produced by the Institute. Knox is certain that the energy readings could only be produced by artificial means and only with an extremely advanced level of technology. Judging from the frequency of the readings, we both agree that some type of device or weapon is being deployed by the Institute, which means we need to head to the Commonwealth as soon as possible. It's a massive cloaking device. I'm not certain what type of ploy the Institute is attempting to unleash upon the world, but I'll be damned if I'm going to stand by idly and let it happen. So basically they don't know what the fuck is going on either. But they're starting a war anyway. Proctor Ingram to Lancer Captain Kells. All stations are reporting green and all personnel are aboard the Prydwen. I've gone over her from bow to stern and she is ready to depart. With all due respect, it would be helpful if you could let me know exactly where we're headed. It's difficult preparing this vessel properly, not knowing what type of environment we're flying her through. I'm well aware that we're pointed north, but just how far are we going, and what can we expect when we get there, Captain? Okay. To Kells and Elder Maxon. As requested, I've sent over my evaluation of Proctor Ingram's capabilities in the field. In my professional opinion, Ingram is fully capable of handling field operations and would benefit any team fortunate enough to have her with them. Before the Prydwen left the Capital Wasteland, I spent 6 months helping her design the power armor frame she is using to enhance her mobility. She's trained in the armor rigorously and is fully qualified, actually more than qualified to be placed with our ground troops. I've been treating wounded soldiers for almost 2 decades and I've yet to see anyone that can match Ingram's level of commitment and determination. Confining her to the ship would be a waste of resources and a damn shame. Egan. To Kells. Now that we've arrived in the Commonwealth, I'd like to establish trade relations with the locals. I'm going to need a standard sweep and retrieve team and one of our vertibirds in order to make that happen. There are several caravans that roam the Commonwealth and we'll use the vertibirds to track them. If any of the caravans gets jumped, we can swoop in and lend a hand to let them know that we're the friendly eye in the sky. Since you can't normally buy that kind of protection from mercenaries, we'll be certain to get the best prices and values for trades. I've used the same tactic in the Capital Wasteland and it worked wonders. Out here, with the threat of the Institute looming over their heads, we'll have these merchants eating out of our hands.
If it was up to me, I'd take every barrel, mutie, and synth and shoot them into space.
Prydwen quarters.
Don't have the key.
Don't have the key. Is fairly sizable blimp, but not that large.
You look worried. Is something bothering you?
I was just thinking that blowing up the Institute won't just destroy all the synths, but all the humans living there as well. They can't all be bad.
Get that out of your head right now. Those people are not innocent. Maxon said freedom would come at a cost, and they all need to pay.
At this rate, if we keep killing the people that won't listen to us, we'll be the only ones left.
If we keep running into people that are threatening our future, then maybe it's best that we are.
So my son's is gonna be on the Institute side, very likely. Recreation terminal. Feel free to use this terminal to unwind. I've disconnected it from the Prydwen's mainframe, but keep it clean or I'm shutting it down permanently. If you've got a problem with that, keep it to yourself. Ingram told me about the rec section under the main deck. I've contributed a few bottles of liquor and some cigarettes. I don't have an endless supply. If you need refills, come see me and we'll do a trade. If anyone is up for it, I'm organizing a little nighttime feral hunt that's strictly off the books. I don't give a damn about the sins. These ghouls are disgusting and we need to keep thinning them out or they infest the entire Commonwealth. I'm pretty sure we can start with the Cambridge crater. See me if you're interested. McLaren got his suit wiped out trying to drop from the top of Trinity Tower, so the current record holder is still Petrus with his Prydwen to ground drop. Remember, no leg armor mods allowed, just a clean jump with a standard T60 and you have to be able to walk away, no exceptions. I don't remember who is asking, but someone was looking for Mirelurk eggs. On my last patrol, we swept through Neponset Park and I saw a few nests, but Kels had me carrying a ton of gear. If you want to head out there, I'm sure you can pick up some of the eggs for yourself. Nice.
There.
I wish there were.
That should hold.
But
Thank
we have
you,
no
sister.
idea how
we
bad the
wouldn't have
synths
to
have
worry about them
infiltrated the
getting
Human-looking
out.
synths are the worst.
Maxon said
Your
we had
They
to
hide in
concerns are
plain
noted,
sight.
scribes. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you.
By preventing a war, we might be starting another one.
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
Technology's in good hands with the Brotherhood. I know.
Scribe terminal. Internal mail. While I'm pleased that you're settling into your new role as our medical examiner, I'm a bit dismayed that your attention appears to be focused on your own personal projects. The dissection and examination of the super mutant and synth corpses need to be your top priority. Don't make me regret placing you in charge of that laboratory, Neraya. I have plenty of other scribes waiting in line who are just itching for you to fail. I'm sending the mole rats that you asked for on the next vertibird flight from the police station. I have no idea what you want them for. Those things bite and they can crap all over the place. It was a pain in the ass to collect them alive, so you better have that case of whiskey you promised ready for the return flight after the pilot drops them off. As far as getting a Brahmin up there, you can forget it. I talked to the pilot and he refuses to shove one of those disgusting things into his ship. I've been informed by several members of the crew that you're keeping several more rat specimens in the laboratory area of the ship. While I can appreciate their value as biological specimens, I'm sure you understand that these creatures are filthy and emit an unpleasant odor in enclosed spaces such as our hull. I'll permit you to keep them if you can assure me that you'll have Proctor Ingram devise some type of ventilation system to help mitigate the smell. Try to remember that you're sharing a space where people have to eat and sleep, Scribe. Expect a full report by the end of the week. Personal notes. As we've been traveling toward the Commonwealth, I've been preparing my makeshift laboratory in the rear cargo hold of the Prydwen. When we arrive, Quinlan says he'll be sending out several patrols with the express purpose of collecting viable field specimens. My job is to oversee the dissection and study of anything that patrols bring aboard. I've always agreed with the notion that the quickest way to learn your enemy's weakness is by examining them from inside out. I hope I don't have to wait too terribly long to put that notion to the test. Quinlan's collection teams have already brought super mutant and synth specimens aboard. I've collected a fair bit of data from their remains, but have yet to discover anything that will give our soldiers an advantage in the field. As far as the super mutant specimens go, they're quite different from the strains present in the capital wasteland, so most of our anatomical records require update, which takes time. And the synth specimens, they're a complete mystery. The models we've recovered are almost entirely mechanized. How I've been coordinating with Proctor Ingram since she's our resident robotics expert. I suppose it's only a matter of time before I have some answers. In the meantime, I'm going to begin working on a special project of my own design. I brought several more rat specimens aboard for my special project. I'm convinced that the key to unlocking improved radiation resistance is in tenacious little creatures like these. If they've learned to adapt to the radiation blanketing the Commonwealth with a little help, we can too. I know most of the crew thinks I'm crazy, but I'm certain that I'm on the right track. I just need as many viable blood samples as possible to make my theory a reality. Which is difficult right now, since Maxon has most of our team sweeping for technology. I'll see what I can do with my mole rat specimens, but I'm not sure it will be enough. Yes. Indeed.
Do you have a moment?
Sure. Wasn't busy
If you
or
need
anything.
it, there's shelter and supplies at the police station in Cambridge.
Hi. I'd gladly lay down my life if it keeps humanity from repeating.
Scribe Naraya.
Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything. I refuse to be held responsible if you are injured.
Are all these creatures yours?
Well, they're an important part of my research, if that's what you mean. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X.
What do you mean, crack the code?
The genetic code. The DNA sequences that are in every living thing. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. Instead of decades, I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway.
Why alter it for a short period of time? Why not do it permanently?
Attempting to alter the genetic code permanently? That's too close to what happened with FEV and Spawn, the super mutant. I'm not willing to take a chance like that. I wish I could show you a sample of the compound, but unfortunately I've hit a stumbling block preventing me from synthesizing a sample. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth.
Will I get some of that new compound you're developing?
If I make a breakthrough, you'll be the first person I give it to. After I've tested it on myself, of course. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind.
What are viable blood samples, really?
Naraya.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight?
Will every creature yield viable blood samples?
Unfortunately, no. Nature's stubborn, and unless I get the proper specimen, I can't use it to make my compound. That's why I needed to modify your Pip-Boy. It'll let you know if the creature has viable blood in its body. Have you had any luck finding samples yet?
I have no idea.
That depends. Are you still paying for them?
Absolutely. I received the approval from Proctor Quinlan himself. Did you have any samples for me?
Probably no.
No, sorry.
Keep trying. There's plenty out there. I really appreciate you searching for the blood samples. As soon as I make a breakthrough, I'll let you know.
That would be nice.
Won't know what hit it.
Because the Rad-X really isn't good enough. Like really isn't good enough.
Never forget, you are the eyes and the ears of the Brotherhood. If you see or hear anything suspicious, it is your duty to report it immediately. We live in enemy territory now. Your vigilance could mean the difference between life and death. Understood?
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Good. Ad Victoriam, Squires.
Ad Victoriam! Ad Victoriam!
Dismissed. Don't despair, sister. We're here to save the Commonwealth.
We'll see.
Proctor Ingram said she needed the suit tested yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. Just... what if I miss?
Don't.
Okay, sure. Firing. Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing!
All right. Everything looks nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Sure. Anytime.
Outgoing mail.
Thank God.
Ugh. Karen, I really miss you, baby. I hope you're safe out there. Remember to keep the doors locked at night and the shotgun I gave you loaded at all times. Don't trust anyone unless you know them. And even then, keep an eye on everything they do. I don't know how long this tour will last, but I promise to come back safe. Love you. Opened with moving your king's pawn 2 spaces, eh? Smart move. Try to control the center of the board and free up the queen and one of your bishops. I bet you think I'm going to mirror your move, but guess what? I'm going to move my queen's pawn 2 spaces, so I can teach you a little something called the French defense. Don't worry, you will get the hang of this game. Hey Mom, they're letting me send out a message before we initiate radio silence. I'm working with a pretty decent officer, a guy named Kells. He treats us well as long as we do what we're told. Working with the Brotherhood has been an amazing experience so far. It's nice to finally be making a difference in this messed up world. Got to go now, Mom. Say hi to Daniel for me. Chalk up 2 more dead ferals. That makes a total of 17 since I've been out here. You wouldn't believe how easy they go down when you hit them with a laser rifle. It slices right through the ugly things like butter. When I get back from this tour, I'm going to take you feral hunting. Trust me, you'll love it. For now, you'll just have to stick to hunting the local mole rats with your zip gun. I hope this message gets to the right person. My name is Knight Bota, and I served with your son, Initiate Arlen. I'm sorry to inform you that Arlen was shot and killed during one of our field training operations. I want you to know he died a brave death, saving the life of 3 other initiates in the process. There's nothing I can say that will soften the blow of losing a child, but I want you to know that it was an honor to fight at Arlen's side. You should be proud of the sacrifice he made for the sake of his country. I've sent his personal belongings back to the Citadel, and you have my deepest condolences for your loss. This should be the final dual floor.
So how did it look out there?
We've got a lot of work ahead of us, brother.
Scribe Initiate.
I'll administer your exam after you've checked in with Dance and Elder Maxon.
I suppose we should talk with Mr. Dens. Night Captain's Kate's reports. Medical files. Treated ongoing, treated deceased, treated. Proctor Ingram. Patient since complaining of phantom pain from limb loss. Previously prescribed painkiller and Stimbach mixture appears ineffective. Blah, 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 blah. I'll just quickly go through them. I don't really want to know what these all contain. Paladin Dance. Patient symptoms included inability to sleep and a dull throbbing pain in head. All standard tests are negative. Evidence suggests post-traumatic stress disorder or similar issue. Until severity of issue increases, recommend voluntary removal from active duty. Patient was informed, but it is currently in the field. Okay. What's his problem? Dr. Tegan. He's been drunk. Sergeant Merrick. Critical injuries from exposure to nuclear warhead detonation. Left arm and leg missing. Severe internal trauma. Left hemisphere of head severely burned and acute radiation poisoning. Attempted emergency surgery, but patient died after 3 hours. Patient's remains were incinerated as per regulation. Describe oestrogen. Discoloration rash, pustulate and radioactive residue in growing area. Seems inconsistent with sexually transmitted disease from ghoul species. Patient treated and reported that has been sent to Proctor Ingram as per regulation. So, someone fucked a ghoul. The internal mail. Mental health issues. Is there anything worthwhile? Concerns over Proctor Ingram's condition. I can assure you she is more than capable of handling herself. She is already proven to be an extremely valuable member of this crew, and I will not replace her on mandatory leave until you've proven to me that she is physically incapable of handling her duties. Our latest sweep and retrieve patrol came back with some medical supplies. If you have some extra time, head down to the cage and let me know what you want. If there's anything you don't need, I'll use it for trading. We're running a bit low on ammunition supplies. These medical supplies are as good as caps with the locals. Yeah, I finished reading your medical report on Night Sergeant Merrick. The fact that he managed to survive long enough to reach the Pridwen and deliver his report is absolutely incredible. The sacrifice that he made for the sake of the mission is a testament to his dedication and loyalty. We will be holding a memorial service on the ship's forecastle at sunset this evening. Sincerely hope you'll be able to attend. So, a little bit of details on the people that live here, that's pretty much it.
I'll administer your exam after you've checked in with Dance and Elder Maxim.
Yeah.
I believe we're due for a bit of a chat after you've spoken to Elder Maxim and Paladin Dance.
You wouldn't have a magazine about some kind of hacking, for example?
The detective's life isn't an easy one, but it rarely lacks for excitement.
Command.
The Pridwen is a magnificent ship, and we're lucky to have her in our arsenal.
Put 2 in the head, and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by.
Yeah, we started from here. Okay.
Excuse me, Squire.
I don't care whether I become a scribe or a soldier. All I want to do is help out my brothers and sisters.
There, try it now.
Nothing. I was supposed to report 10 minutes ago. If you can't fix it...
I can fix it. You're the one who decided to kick your way through a Mirelurk. Got it.
There it is. Thanks, brother.
Damn
I
ferals.
owe you.
Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
Can't talk right now. Gotta clean the Mirelurk scat off my boots.
Anything interesting on the tables?
Come
No?
find me when you're done checking in with Maxon and Dance.
Ingram lost limbs, yeah. She doesn't have legs anymore. Doesn't seem to bother her.
If you run into any synths, shoot to kill. We don't take prisoners.
Plasma grenade, I'll take that. Right.
I got a pretty good track record cracking those old things. Want me to take a
Come
swing
find
at
me
that
when you're done
terminal?
checking in with Maxon and Dance.
Yeah, I guess we'll check in with Dance. Might as well get this over with.
No matter how many battles we win. there's
Excuse
always
me,
another
Paladin
fight ahead of
Dance.
us.
There you are. How did it go with Elder Maxon?
Maxon seems so young, compared to everyone else. You're okay with that?
Don't let his age fool you. Maxon's a brilliant tactician, a formidable warrior, and possesses an idealistic vision for the future of the Brotherhood. I'd follow him anywhere, without question.
Why are you so confident in his abilities?
A decade ago, the Brotherhood had almost gone completely astray. The Elder before Maxon sent us down a path that was leading nowhere. He was more concerned about charity than the preservation of technology. But when Maxon took over, he single-handedly reprioritized the Brotherhood from the ground up and put us back on the path to glory. This ship and its crew are a testament to his leadership.
He's a very dedicated man. It sounds like he stands behind everything he's saying.
Of course he does. How could he afford not to? I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
So, what's all this about you being my sponsor?
Elder Maxon is understandably particular when it comes to new recruits. He believes in order to keep the Brotherhood strong, we have to bond as brothers. As your sponsor, it's my duty to travel with you throughout the Commonwealth to ensure that our ideals are being observed. That's why I'm so concerned about your performance in the field.
Right.
I won't let you down, Dance. I promise.
Good. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Outstanding.
Send Nick Valentine to Red Rocket truck stop, I suppose. Yeah.
We should stock up on supplies before we begin our next mission.
Not sure if we're gonna in our next mission meet all the proctors, knight captains, and whatever. This is gonna take some time.